I did not mean to do that. Anyway, in this video, we will be identifying the automobiles of Team Fortress 2.
That spy is not one of ours!
I suppose I get to be myself now. Not a navy blue spy with a red necktie and a pink shirt. I don't know if the camera picked up on that color. Anyway, before we start the actual video, there's a few things that I would like to clarify. First of all, I will be excluding map props that never made it into official Valve server maps. So, if that prop only gets featured in a community server, I'm afraid it won't be in this video. Also, I won't be covering vehicles such as tanks and forklift trucks, as I believe they deserve their own video. Lastly, vehicles from Taunts and the official Team Fortress 2 animated shorts won't be featured in this video as well, as I also believe they deserve a video of their own. Anyhow, enough of me rambling. Let's get to the video.
Giddy up!
Starting off with one of the more iconic map props in Team Fortress 2, Pickup 03 is a tired-looking stake bed pickup truck which is equipped with a quaint pair of white wall tires. This truck comes with both the red team and the blue team livery and is most notably seen on the map 2 Fort outside of the red base. The blue version of this truck is also featured in Meet the Engineer, where it is seen hoarding a bunch of Intel briefcases. As for what this truck is based on, it is modeled after the AK series Chevrolet 1.5-ton pickup, which was produced from 1941 to 1947. Overall, the in-game model is pretty accurate to the real-life truck if you put the cartoony proportions aside. Following up with the dump truck, it is a rugged yellow conventional cab truck with a dump bed. It features a big number 8 printed on the doors and a heavy-duty pair of Daytons. This model is roughly based off of the late 1950s Diamond T536 with a dump bed configuration. Most notably, the ribcage style grille on the in-game model bears a lot of resemblance to the one on the real-life vehicle. Looking at this model, I would say that it does bear a lot of resemblance to the real-life Diamond T trucks. However, the in-game prop features a windshield divider whilst the real-life vehicle does not. Bus 001 is a triaxle double-decker bus. What more is there to say? Well, this bus model comes in both with a red paint job and a blue paint job. I'll say that at least. Despite its extraordinarily generic appearance, it manages to bear a lot of resemblance to the 1980s Leyland Olympian. The grille and headlamp layout are a dead giveaway. This bus model is featured in both of the maps King and District. This inclusion is very fitting, as in real life these buses roam the streets of Hong Kong where these maps are supposedly set. Looking at this model, I would say it is very accurate appearance-wise to the vehicle it's presumably based on. The proportions of the model are, however, exaggerated. This model called Ambulance is, well, an ambulance. This prop portrays a vintage European-style ambulance featuring either a red and white color scheme or a blue and white color scheme. Without a doubt, this vehicle clearly bears resemblance to the Peugeot 203 with an ambulance box body. This vehicle was produced from 1948 to 1960. Although this model lacks some detail, it still manages to resemble the real-life vehicle.
Spot on!
Coming up next, we have the iconic camper van which was most notably seen in Meet the Sniper, as well as in MVM Manhattan for some reason. This RV appears to be Sniper's daily driver, as he lives in it. It is a homely looking pickup truck camper which is equipped with a heavy duty winch, a keypad lock, and a threatening bumper sticker. This truck is truly perfect for traversing through the Australian outback. This truck, however, in Meet the Sniper does feature more details, such as having a rifle rack in the cab, as well as the infamous civilian bobblehead figure. This model is based on the 1950s Land Rover 107 series with a truck bed camper conversion. When Valve designed this model, I am 100% sure that this photograph was the direct inspiration for it. Overall, you can easily tell that this vehicle prop is based off of a vintage Land Rover. Following up with a very similar prop called Land Rover, I think you know where this is going. This British off-roader with a soft top which comes in the colors green, blue, and red is based off of the late 1950s Land Rover 88. This vehicle is most notably seen in Lakeside, and I believe this prop fits the location very well due to its adventurous explorer look. This prop is blatantly accurate to the real-life counterpart of the vehicle, and I have nothing else to say. This row crop agricultural tractor is known as Tractor 01, and it carries a distinctive look as it is big and red. There is also a poster in the game that has a similar looking tractor printed on it. However, the bumper looks rather different, as well as the grille gaps being horizontal as opposed to vertical. I can confidently say that this tractor model is based off of the International Harvester Farmall M, which was produced from 1939 to 1954. The in-game model looks practically identical to the real-life counterpart of the tractor. The APC is an interesting looking vehicle, and it is only featured on the map PL Enclosure, as it behaves as a spawn point for the blue team. This behemoth of a truck has quite a few big wheels and a trailer. I have a feeling this truck is a reference to the Fleetwood Southwind RV from Jurassic Park. As to what this vehicle could possibly be based on, I believe that it does resemble something drastically. That being the Zeal 135SH. The twin headlamps, the identical shape of the cab, and the overall size of the vehicle is a huge resemblance if you ask me. For the in-game model, however, the wheel layout is different and the vehicle is more designed to transport personnel as opposed to cargo like the real-life vehicle. This vehicle does take some styling cues from a missile launch truck wheel layout-wise. Overall, this vehicle is not identical to the real-life Zeal 135SH. this model does manage to vaguely resemble the vehicle still, however. The Jeep is a light military vehicle which is exclusively featured in the map Lazarus. However, the model itself derived from the community-created Frontline project, which featured a WW2 themed assets. This vehicle model is blatantly based off of the Willys MB Jeep, or the Ford GPW, which was produced from 1941 to 1945. This model features the iconic Jeep grille, which is defiant of the original military vehicle. The entire body of the vehicle is also a carbon copy of the real-life original Jeep.
What the hell was that crap?
The Sword Van is a beat-up looking passenger van with a sword attached to the grille. Brutal. The van itself, however, is attached to a pulley. As in the map CP Snowplow, it is used to damage the runaway locomotive that the blue team let loose. This vehicle is also the sniper's other van, as the previously mentioned bumper sticker on the camper references the Sword Van, so this is it. This van, however, looks very familiar, almost as if it is a reskin of an existing prop from Half-Life 2. This van happens to be a very accurate replica of the RAF 2203 Latvia. The shape is on point, along with the proportions, maybe because this model is taken from a game with realistic graphics. This spooky funeral coach, known as the hearse in the in-game files, possesses a sharp presence, with its black paint and faded chrome accents. This vehicle is fittingly seen in the Halloween map Pit of Death. This model is unmistakably based off of the 1970 Cadillac Fleetwood, with a funeral coach body. The front end is very much identical, except for the missing indicators and the inclusion of suicide doors which were not featured on the real vehicle. This recent model, simply known as Van, is an instant classic as it used to transport the new beloved Seal and PD Selbeam. This prop also comes with various skins, including the now iconic Seal transportation skin. This cheerful flat-fronted panel van is roughly based off of the early model FSC Zook. Or Zook. I don't know how to pronounce that, word, name, whatever. Anyway, this vehicle began production from 1958, and there's not much information on this vehicle, so that's all I have to work with. Anyway, these vans were built locally in Poland and were fit for any job. The in-game model does feature a larger grille as opposed to the real-life van, however. Putting that aside, I do believe that this Seal transportation vehicle is indeed based off of the early model FSC Zook. Also from the map PD Selbean, we have the station wagon, which could be seen from a distance. It features iconic wood paneling as every station wagon should, and it comes in two different paint jobs, matching the color scheme of the red team and the blue team. This model originates from the More Vehicles prop pack on TF2maps.net, which has an impressive selection of Team Fortress 2 styled vehicles. This model is a direct replica of the 1967 to 1968 Mercury Colony Park. Both the rear end and the front end are identical to the real-life vehicle. Of course, the model is a lot more simplified in coherence with the TF2 art style. However, it still stays true to the style of the real-life vehicle. Delivery van is obviously supposed to be a delivery van, or a step van as you might call it. This vehicle was featured on maps such as PL Pier, and it comes with various commercial-oriented paint jobs. This van represents a very boxy version of the International Harvester Metro, more specifically the one that was produced from 1938 to 1964, as after 1964, the vehicle's got an angular facelift. Aside from the varying body styles, the grille layout design is similar. The headlamps are also similar, however on the real authentic vehicle, they are positioned lower than the headlamps on the in-game vehicle. Overall, this model does look rather different to the very real International Harvester Metro, but it still somehow manages to share many similarities. This rugged little panel van is simply known as Van in the in-game files and is most notably featured in the map CP Vanguard. This model also comes with a variety of liveries. This model happens to be identical to the early 1950s Chevrolet Advanced Design panel van. The only major difference to the real vehicle is that the model lacks a windshield divider. Overall, this model is very similar in nature to the real van. This model, which is known as Flatbed, is you guessed it, a flatbed truck. It also comes with 3 other skins and is also featured on the map CP Vanguard, just like the van. This truck is most similar to the Mac B series, which was produced from 1953 to 1966. The grille on the in-game model is different and is again missing a windshield divider. However, the model overall does possess a large resemblance to the very real Mac B series. Also featured in the More Vehicles prop pack, Truck_Cab is a very simplistic cab-over semi-truck which was featured recently in the map Cop Rotunda. Rotunda. I don't know how to say it. This truck to me highly resembles the 1960s white Freightliner WFT. The simple rectangular grille layout and the addition of singular headlamps on each side are a dead giveaway. Overall, there is not much to say, as this model is very simple.
Oh yeah!
I am well aware that the bumper car is also part of a taunt called the Victory Lap. However, it is also the only proper playable vehicle in Team Fortress 2, so I have to include it. This vehicle also comes with 2 skins, one for the red team and one for the blue team. This vintage bumper car, styled like a 1950s American coupe, is most likely based off of the 1953 Lussie auto scooter. There are some differences from the in-game model to the real-life vehicle, as in the game, the bumper car features taillights, which the Lussy auto scooter lacks, and also the design of the grille is different. It is, however, clear where the inspiration came from for the model. You thought that I'd leave posters featuring cars behind? This car, known as the Chairman, portrays a large, luxurious, late 1950s coupe in blue. The closest resembling vehicle to the Chairman I have found was the 1958 to 1960 Lincoln Continental Mark III. The front end on the model is different to the Lincoln. However, the body of the vehicle is similar. The tail fins are also a little more subtle on the real vehicle. Last but not least, we have a picture of a blue convertible running over Scout, being driven by the Blue Spy. This picture is hidden in the blue base and CP snowplow. The vehicle featured in this picture happens to be a direct representation of the 1957 Ford Thunderbird convertible. It is basically photo accurate. What more could I say? Well, that marks the end of this video. Keep in mind that this is only part 1 of God knows how many more videos are to come. During the making of this video, I just realized how many more vehicle props came out, and I just can't keep up. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you soon. What?